Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video about the electric universe. I'd like to again talk about solar, grand solar minimum, and how it is definitely linked to the electric universe. And I would like to talk about how the solar flaring, in my opinion, is going to increase dramatically. And not is it only going to increase dramatically, is going to produce other objects in the sky other than the ones that you would see if the flaring was not as dramatic. Now, people back in the time of the Romans and the Greeks and the Native Americans also did the same thing in rock carvings. But they made these statues, and of course you look at these statues and you're like, a lady with a cat on her head and two snakes in her hand and her boobs sticking out? That makes absolutely no sense. Now, either someone's got a vivid imagination, or maybe they were actually seeing something. Remember, that's not the only statue with the individual with their hands out. We have numerous statues. Numerous statues, and of course they all have things on their head. So you have to ask yourself, what were these people seeing? Well, it's my opinion, the most simple artifacts are probably what they were actually seeing. So my guess is these 5 artifacts you see in front of you are probably what they were seeing, and they were trying their best to make a clay shape of what was actually being seen in the sky. Now, what were they actually seeing? My theory is this. You can see the big, huge, giant flare hitting the planet Earth. Obviously, they weren't seeing Earth because they're on Earth. But my guess is they were seeing Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Venus. I'm not sure exactly which ones. And in my opinion, if you go back and look at the different shapes, my guess is they were seeing not only different planets, but each of these planets was being illuminated at different times. And my guess is the amount of time it takes a solar flare to travel from the sun to the planet, and also that solar flare is only going to last probably 5, 10, 20 minutes tops, and that's the amount of time that you're going to see that planet illuminated. So you're only going to see that flare travel up to the planet, and instead, like I said, instead of the Earth, it's most likely going to be Mars, or Venus, or Saturn, or Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, not sure. But you're only going to see an illumination, and that illumination is going to give you these figures in the sky. And those figures are what the people are making, because that's what they see for the 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of time. Now, without the solar flare, of course, you're just going to get this, and you're just going to get the two-legged mermaid lady. Now, of course, the two-legged mermaid lady with a flare, a super flare, is going to produce the upward arm figures. Without the super flare, it's just going to do this. So with the super flare, my guess is people were seeing this in the sky. And of course, humans being what they are, they like to polymorphize things over time. And that's why you get all of these artifacts, which of course are not the original, but this is what they were seeing. And this is what the polymorphized version came about maybe 10 years, 20, 30 years down the road, after they were no longer seeing these objects in the sky, and the grand solar minimum had ceased to exist. All right, thank you for watching my video.